Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Manus Fatorum, the 5e Dungeons & Dragons game taking place in Faerun, but plot and characters are pretty much homebrew. I am your Dungeon Master, Connor Tibbs, and today I have 4 players with me. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, let's start with Keelan.
Hi, am I introducing me or my character?
Everything.
Okay, I'm James. I play Keelan, the half-elf rogue.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's go with the other James.
I'm the other James. I play Pantal, the human cleric.
Magnum.
I'm Carson. I play Magnum, the Dragonborn Paladin Sorcerer.
And I'm Matthew. I play Tin, the half-elf warlock.
Alright. We are currently down our barbarian. Trey, who normally plays Astrid, couldn't make it today, but we're going to soldier on through. So, last time, you guys had arrived after just escaping from a tunnel collapse of an aboleth lair, and arrived at the home of Pantal, the summer villa, and you arrived, some of you were battered, noticeably, particularly Tabitha, but after some healing, she immediately teleported off to attend some other business. You guys were greeted by a paper dragon that was apparently the pet project of Pantal's nephew named Kyrus, or as he prefers to be known by these days, Kai. You were welcomed to a family dinner where you met Pantal's family, his mother Lily, his father Tormod, as well as his older sister Fairy and her husband Martin, who are the parents of Kyrus. And after discussions and a suitable amount of guilt was placed on Pantal for lack of communication and not following in the footsteps they believe he should be, you all collected the bodies / skeletons of the children that you were able to rescue, and you put them to rest in the general area of the mansion. You guys had a long night's sleep, and you heard an explosion come from downstairs, only to find that the automaton that Pantal's parents had created seemed to have got a mind of its own and was attacking everything. And so after a battle, you guys were eventually able to subdue it, whereupon Pantal's mother, Lily, revealed herself and explained that this was a bit of a test to prove that you were able to keep her son safe, and that you had all passed. Let's see. Other than that, you guys had a few conversations. Tin talked to Asan, the tiefling warlock, about just their patrons, as much as Tin can talk, since his the subject of his patron is taboo per the nature of his contract. And Tin revealed to Asan that the person who killed her mother is in fact still alive, something that she didn't seem to be aware of. And so we're going to see about developments as far as that. And Pantal's brother-in-law, Martin, has expressed his wishes to Pantal that he wants to take his wife and son and move out of the in-laws' house. So that is another little subplot we have. And finally, Kyrus, or Kai, seems to have joined up with a rather rough crowd. A family by the name of Puticelli, who some of you know to be, well, to have mafia ties, to put it simply. And so you guys it's probably late morning, maybe about 11:30 in the afternoon. You can have a short rest to recover hit points from the battle with the golem, but otherwise, the day is yours. You're currently in the villa, and down the hill, maybe a mile or two, you can see the sprawling metropolis that is Westgate.
So you said that we did have a short rest, correct?
You did.
Okay.
That was breakfast or brunch.
I forgot to write down how many hit points I was at that point.
pretty sure we dumped a bunch of healing into everybody.
Says I used 2 hit dice.
I don't think. Did you even take damage during? I don't think you took damage during the automaton fight. I think it was just Magnum getting punched over multiple times.
I got hit like
Healing
once
got hit
or
by
twice.
like a cone of
Magic
cold
missile
type thing.
or, yeah.
Yeah, but I dodged it, and I think I used hit dice to heal back up. So. Okay.
I forget how many healing light I used. I think I used 12, so it'd be 2.
Don't you guys? Oh, because the battle royale. So all
Yeah.
your beats are missing. That's why. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why all my stuff's still right. I was like,
I'll put myself at 4 healing lights. I think I used a lot, but I don't think I was out by the end of
Yeah.
it.
We had a beacon up, so they would have done max. So if it was 12, it would have been 2 lights.
Right. I just don't know how many 12s I gave out. I'll just say I have 4. That's a little bit lower than normal. Just to be fair. So
and so long I forgot what we had planned to do.
You guys were talking about going into Westgate and possibly seeing what is up with Kyrus and his relation to the Pudicellis, because he informed you that he's friends with a few of the younger sons of the family, and they were able to help him find or steal a component that actually was necessary to make his paper dragon project.
Yeah.
And we also need to check in with Tabitha and make sure Cassie and the crossing are all right. Cassidy or Cassie?
Cassie,
Cassie.
That was
I remember that.
Okay.
I'm gonna want to talk to Asan just to make sure she's still not going off on any.
Oh, she is. Don't you?
Well,
She is.
She won't do it yet, or at least not before we can make like a correspondence.
Just tell her that we will trick Frederick into leaving the Sword Coast so she can legally attack him. Because if she goes to the Sword Coast, she gets arrested before she can attack him.
True.
But we also have library trips for library things for
Hmm.
rolling to find books.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think I'm
also,
gonna-
Pantal and Astrid are still currently cursed under the aboleth.
That's what we were trying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a
So we should go to the
multitude of ways
library. As
They have clerics in. We're in
Westgate? Yeah, they have
Westgate.
plenty of clerics. I was thinking that if we go to the library, my training cleric father, what is it? Ironhand? Yeah, Father Ironhand, who trained me in cleric arts, will be there.
Okay, so maybe we should talk to him, see if he can help out.
Yeah. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh yeah.
I think before we go there, I would just stop by with Asan and try to convince her to, when she goes, if I'm not able to help her or to talk to her again, just to keep trying to use the dream spell to update me and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help on my end.
So after the brunch, you actually go to Asan's room and
Mhm.
you knock, and it is silent. You open the door, and the bed is made, and there is no sign of anyone in there.
Horizon, go try to find her. Let me know if you find her.
And so you send off your hawk familiar, I think?
Yeah. No, dang it! It's still an octopus. Crap.
Yeah.
Oh,
That didn't, that,
It's just like,
I forgot you're
and it
useless
just
now.
wiggles helplessly on the ground.
Yep.
Also, we have the other party with us, and we should also check in on the druid who is
Nope, Drew's not with us.
still underwater.
Oh yeah.
the druid
yeah.
went with the citizens of Roostwood.
We should try and figure out what happened to him.
The other party you've been secretly destroying, they're down 2 members now because of...
Pantal, I need to use your incense. I need to use your incense stores.
I think there's some in the bag.
If there's incense, they're in the bag.
Wait, no, because you took your incense with you.
Yep.
You
Yep.
guys haven't shopped in a while.
And
I
Tin used all of his.
and
did.
I am using holy water for most of my stuff now, so I don't have any.
Well,
And I just-
Connor, we have a sword
had,
that
like-
I think Astrid wants to sell.
You
And
had
we
like
could-
25 gold of incense. Did you use it?
I must have used mine. I don't have incense anymore. I think I burned my incense.
Okay.
But after we go to the library, we can go to the store and meet my childhood friend there.
Are there any servants walking around?
They're invisible.
unseen.
You can see.
We don't have servants, so you can't see them. But I can summon my servant if you need help.
Hey, yeah, Asan's gone, and I'm trying to see if I can catch up to her before she's like completely gone.
Okay, the servant's not really going to be helpful because they can't talk or communicate in any meaningful fashion. Therefore, if they found her, it would just be me.
Ah, so they couldn't like hold up a piece of paper and then have us follow the paper to say like if she's still on the grounds.
I mean,
Like if she was still on the grounds and never mind. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. All right. Got to learn that thing too. Cross that off on the list. All right. You guys were talking about going to the. Oh, you're looking a little bit dry, Pantel. Spritz, Druidcraft, spritz. You guys were talking about going to the library first.
going to the Temple of Azoth library, essentially, and try to get this fixed and do some research.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily in that order.
You said it's a temple / library of Azuth?
Yeah.
I thought your mom said though that like no one likes the Azuth clerics anymore.
They don't like my type of Azoth cleric.
The specific,
There's more than
specially
one
born
type?
ones.
Oh, gosh.
Most Azoth clerics are in the domain of learning things and learning knowledge, but they're not in the domain of like blending the arts and magic like I am, kind of thing.
Magistrati.
Uh-huh.
So just to spell it out, Pantal is the first Arcana domain cleric in some time, but normally Azuth, because he is the patron of wizards, it's very common to have knowledge domain clerics, and those are accepted. But for some reason, there was something about the Arcana domain that people didn't seem to like very much, or were scared of, or it was decided that they should be wiped out. You have not found out why yet.
Yikes.
Well,
Does Master Fendel know? Did anyone in the Baldur's Gate know about you, or just that you're cleric-y?
Unless they worked in Westgate extensively with my family, I doubt they would know the Magistrophy stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, they might know of it, but they might not know exactly
that you're.
that I
Mhm.
happen to fit that to a T.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay.
so let's head out so we can get Pantal and Ashford fixed.
I don't want to be fixed.
Really? You want to be this awkward, wet fish person forever?
I think he was making a balls joke.
Oh. What?
Thank you, Magnum.
Snip, snip.
Oh.
Spritz,
Look, me
spritz.
and Keelan are idiots.
So you guys make your way down. It's actually just almost like a very long staircase until you hit the major road outside of Westgate, and from there you're able to just walk through the main gates. There's two rather bored-looking guards standing on either side, but the gates are wide open and you're easily able to enter. And as you enter, it is very busy. There are multiple vendors calling out their wares, trying to call people over to them. You see a number of street urchins running around, possibly doing not so good things. And yeah, you see farmers bringing in big old carts piled up with produce. It's a busy place.
as we're walking, I'll keep an eye on anyone who might be tailing us, or any of the urchins who look like they're not doing super good stuff around us, and
I'll help 'em out with that.
I'll guide myself on that.
All right, I would like a perception check from both of you.
Perception. Oh,
13.
20.
All right. You guys do not notice you got being followed. You guys just entered, and with just how many people there are, and you look around with your perception check, you notice that there are some outlandish fashion choices in this village or metropolis, and some that you have definitely never seen before. Look like some people look like they're maybe just covered in silk with like sleeves that are like 2 feet long and just are billowing fabric around them. There's another person who is wearing almost like very little, but more just like jewelry and maybe just enough to cover up their bathing suit area.
I hurry past.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you guys haven't drawn too much attention, strangely enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just fish people.
And
That's true. They probably,
almost
they probably
and
think
an
you're some
almost-
sort of weird tritons.
almost 7-foot tall dragon.
Yeah.
Man.
Dragonborn are 2 fish men. Fish people. They're not men. One's man.
We're a
I'm
fish
a
couple.
2.5 fishmen.
Oh man.
Alrighty.
I guess we're kind of just following Pantel.
Yeah, Pantel, you lead the way.
Guys,
This
I
is your
kinda
home
know
turf.
the way.
You do. Although you would know, Pantal, that from your mother's insistence when you were growing up here, she was not very fond of the city itself. And as you guys look around, aside from the urchins, you do see that there's a bit of seediness over the entire place. It's not as clean and well maintained as, say, Baldur's Gate was. It's a bit more run down and things sort of just like thrown up and thrown together quickly. And in fact, Pantel, you were actually transported to the college here as opposed to ever actually walking the streets very often.
Were you
So,
palanquined?
you know your directions, but you've never actually walked there before, so I need you to give me a survival check really quick.
Oh, I'm good at these nowadays.
I'm just saying, we were just in an aboleth city, so this probably doesn't seem too bad.
That's 21.
21. Yeah, so you've known the directions and you've seen like the buildings around it. Once you get to like towards a certain point in the building, it's like, oh right, we go to lunch there, and so we can turn left here. Okay, and without too much trouble, you're able to find the large building with just gray brickwork and cathedral-like windows, where you see just 2 hands and holding up a book. In stained glass in a large circular window facing the street. And that is the temple to Azuth. And the doors are wide open.
Now, Keelan, don't do anything evil while we're here.
I'm not evil, Pantal. I've been in churches before.
Have we seen? No, I'm not gonna say that. So
I've been on hallowed ground before.
Also been
The
in
only
a church
reason I was
before.
on that desecrated ground and I look funky is because I'm super, super innocent. That's why. We figured that out.
You also were in a church before.
Yeah. All right, let's head on in. And...
So as you enter, for everyone but Pantal, this isn't exactly what you kind of expected from a church. There's actually, there's marble floors, and there's certainly pillars and that sort of thing, but you don't see anything like chapels, you don't see any pews, you don't even see like, you look around and like towards the back you see one altar that looks like it has a statue, a very familiar statue that's comparable to one of them that was in the garden of the villa. But otherwise, it is just shelves and shelves and shelves of books. And you actually look up and you see it is actually, the building is almost like a column itself. And as you look up from the ground floor, you see just row after row after row of floors that just keep on spiraling up. And you can actually see, if you look straight up, daylight coming in through a window at the top.
Does it look like this much room should be in this building?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Magnum's a little impressed by the amount of books.
6.
6. I mean, it could be. It's very impressive regardless. You think maybe the
Maximize
dome
the
with glass at
space.
the top, it's maybe throwing off your perception, but
Wow.
it's definitely more books than you've ever seen in your life.
Oh.
Yeah.
My nose was bleeding for a second. Wow. Ugh.
Now the trick is finding something.
And it's about at this time that, Panto, you know to look to your right, and you see basically a person sitting at a desk, wearing stone gray blue robes. And it appears to be a young man, a half-elf, with sort of dusty brown hair that's about down to his ears. And he seems to be just scribbling things down from a book in front of him onto a scroll.
And do they like organize the library? Because I would hate to be the person that does that. Unless they have like a bunch of unseen servants.
I mean, there's magic that does stuff too. But yeah, organization is a pain and doesn't really work all the time. Do I know this half-elf or no?
I'm going to say no.
Q, I will go up to Mr. Receptionist, I assume.
You know that that is the position, and it's not a very high position at all. And you know that most priests of Azuth, they don't tend to be very social. They like to do their own thing and read. So the social obligations is definitely foisted off to the lowest member, possibly the newest member.
Okay. I'll just go up to him and just be like, can you point me towards Father Iron Hands, please?
I'm sorry, who is asking?
Pantal Kalschan.
He's a big deal around here.
I don't need cheerleaders.
You've got cheerleaders. Too
Okay.
bad.
I'm
Pretty
afraid
good,
that your timing is rather poor. He has been gone for several days and is not expected back for about a week or so.
Do I know who's second in charge?
You could try to speak to... And there goes the overlay.
I need the best person to help me with this fish thing.
We need a
And her fish thing.
high power cleric.
Close enough.
Doesn't necessarily need to be clear, but as high powers, you can fix stuff.
Well, that would definitely be Father. Shoot, now my notes are gonna be messed up. Oh no, they weren't. Father. What was his name?
Iron Hands?
Iron Hand. But I'm afraid. What type of? And as he does this, he looks at both you and now Astrid, who is here. And he gives you a look up and down, and what exactly happened to you two? Are you Tritons?
No, it's just a disease that's beyond the handle or lesser restoration.
Ah. Well, I suppose you'd be looking for the greater restoration spell in that case.
I believe that would be the best option.
Well, unfortunately, I'm afraid no one is currently here at that capacity.
That is
Fritz.
unfortunate. What's the next best option? Do we have... What other temples in town would have something?
Pantal, didn't you say that your cousin was like or not cousin, your brother-in-law was like a nature-y dude?
He's a druid.
He is a druid.
I mean,
Why didn't you ask him?
a seam could heal people. I saw. So, are druids versed in the healing arts? I don't.
Yes, they're versed in the healing arts. Are they versed in the fixing restoration arts? Would I know that?
It depends on really their specialty. And metagaming, you would know that they can choose their spells every day just like you can. So, I mean, depending on what they have prepared, what they choose to specialize in, I'm pretty sure that's a spell on their list.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, guys. I'll use
restoration.
my animal familiar to go ask him to help us. Go, Horizon.
You just
I
throw
definitely
it-
remember
you just take him and just throw him out the door.
Think.
Go on, buddy. Go on.
Octopuses do have a 10-foot land speed, so
Yeah.
something.
He'll get there before he dries out, hopefully.
Where's the Gilther?
Not much worse though.
Not by much though. No.
Okay, yeah. Druids do have that spell, if need be. But I'm afraid he's not here. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do I know the books well enough to navigate us, or do I need his help to navigate them?
Well, what are you looking for?
More stuff on Tin's weird celestial warlockiness. It's out of character, mind you. I'm just describing it to the. I'm not describing it to the receptionist.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Wasn't Astrid mentioned something?
We were looking for stuff about
living like spell tattoos that grow, kind of thing.
Oh, you have a tattoo on her back. Okay, that's two things. Anything else anyone wants to look up in the library?
I'm gonna.
I'm interested to find out what sort of diseases could be. So information on avalids.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to see if they have anything about historical. Anything about warlocks having broken their pacts, and obviously no how-to guides or breaking a pact for dummies, but anything along that line.
Okay.
I'll just kind of hop back and forth and help everybody look for their stuff.
Okay.
And I will. I forget. Do we do book? What do we do book looking normally as? I'm going to cast Enhance ability here.
Okay.
And I'll guide myself on this for sure.
So really quick before we make rolls, can everyone turn off your videos and come in the order I tell you to?
Ah, yes.
Hey.
Sure.
Okay, Astrid, come in. Okay, Magnum, come in. Oh wait, it's so small I can't read. Not Magnum. Get out of here, Magnum.
I think
Keelan,
it's me
come in.
next. Keelan next?
Keelan,
Okay.
Then Magnum.
then Magnum, then Pantol, and then Tim. Alright, now we're in order. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do some investigation checks.
Ooh, fun.
And I'm going to give you +2 to these rolls because you do have someone to help you.
Ooh.
So anyone who's looking for something, go ahead and make an investigation roll for me.
Astrid, do you want to look for your spell tattoo thing, and I'll look for the Secret Order, the Warlocks stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Like whatever. What's that group called?
The Lost Ones.
Lost ones.
The Lost Boys.
I
That
got a
apparently
14.
Hassan knew more about than we did.
Do you want me to pick a specific person to help?
Yeah, and they'll have advantage.
Well,
I'll help Astrid out with her tattoo thing.
So Astrid,
I
you
have a
advantage.
total of a 19.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay.
So, sorry. Investigation +2 plus advantage.
Yes.
19
19.
total.
Nice.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Awesome.
Aww.
Okay, so let's start with the lowest. We'll do Pantal. And Pantal, you were looking for the lost ones.
Yep.
You spend several hours, but you do not find anything on the lost ones in this library. Next, I believe, was Magnum with a 14.
Yeah.
With a 14, and the help of this young man whose name you never bothered to ask, you are able to find a section of a bestiary that does have a few pages on aboleths. You do not learn anything particularly new, though. You learn that they are very old, generally. They have an incredibly high mental capacity, which includes telepathy and mind control, which you've seen firsthand. And, but you don't even see any mention of disease or that sort of thing.
Well, now we know something that could be added to the book.
Magnum scrawls in some.
With notes.
No,
Yeah, my friend touched it and it turned into a fish.
Magnum's not gonna change the stuff, but you know, someone will eventually.
Alright, so then we have both Tin and Astrid both rolled 19s. So let's go with Astrid. Let's see, because that's a very specific request of magic.
Astrid's also probably never been in a library, maybe once before.
No, and you missed the description, but this is a very impressive one.
Same with Keelan. He tried going to the library, but he didn't.
Okay.
You tried going to college, but you didn't.
Oh yeah.
So, Astrid, with Keelan's help, you are able to cover a lot more ground. And you start off by looking for, like, as you said, tattoos. You find a small, like, a few entries in books where, like, the tattoos would possibly be moving or small magical effects like that. But again, the artwork is nothing even close to the Celtic style that yours is in. It has none of the similar effects, and you keep on moving on. So then you move on to sort of like enchantments or wards. And there you get something that seems a little bit closer, or at least more relevant to what your tattoo you think gives you, which is essentially your invulnerability when you're raging. And so that leads you sort of towards abjuration. And you get to things about wards and being able to prevent certain types of damage, but nothing seems to be relevant to your culture or what you have going on with you.
Okay.
Now, as for Tin and just the breaking of warlock pacts, let's see.
Even if it was just like a fairy tale or a like the tales of so and so who outsmarted a devil or a demon and was able to free himself, like something like that, I'm looking for and trying to expand upon, using that maybe as a basis.
So you describing this to the half elf, he sort of gets an idea after a twinkle in his eye, and he leads you towards what looks like the children's section, actually. And he pulls out what looks like a book of fairy tales. And he pulls out the book, and he shows you a story about a young boy who found a lamp and essentially gained control of a certain nature of a genie who would grant him wishes, but this genie, once they were bonded, was basically determined to make his life as miserable as possible and twist his words into however he could to possibly destroy him. And so you read through the tale, and eventually the boy figures out that this genie means him ill, and through sort of using his wits, he's able to figure out how to use his wording into tricking the genie, and that allows the bond to be broken. But there's no really specific way. For instance, you're not sure how that would help you, because in this case the bond is specifically almost servant and master, but like a very spiteful servant. And the boy had a lot of the power in that he could say "I wish," and then the genie would have to follow it. But you're not sure, because that's definitely not the relationship you have with your patron, and as from what you could tell, it's not the relationship Asan has with hers either. But you do get the idea that even patrons need to stick to their word once they give it.
Not infallible. Thank you, and I'm very sorry. Your name was
Pierre.
Pierre. Very nice to meet you, Pierre. Sorry, we're a bunch of weirdos just walking in with no introduction, but you know, what are you gonna do, right?
So, real quick, sorry, I missed some stuff at the first. Did anything happen from the battle royale thing we did? Did
So Pantal was given inspiration for overall winning.
Okay.
And although the timing doesn't quite work, Astrid, when you woke up this morning, on your pillow by your head was a familiar black egg.
Yay! Can it be a pink and yellow egg? Because I've actually got one.
It's so less cool.
No, it's so much cooler.
It's pretty cool.
Is the egg thing from the battle royale?
It is from the battle royale.
Yeah, she found this egg and we don't know what it does.
I'm assuming I showed it to everybody already.
That is
I'm
the
excited.
size though of the egg.
Yeah.
That's a cool egg. So do we all like remember it? Was it like a dream we had?
Everyone except Magnum, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Astrid, waking up, you feel this new energy inside you, this new knowledge. And for the next 24 hours, you know the Thorn Whip cantrip.
The thorned whip?
The
Thorn Whip.
Cantrip.
You can like hit someone with a vine.
Okay.
I don't remember if you can grab people or not.
You can.
Yeah, like you pull them closer or something.
Get over here.
It's a pretty handy little cantrip, actually. Very much underused.
I
Well,
was
well,
debating using that one instead of
Here.
grabbing.
You got it. You create a long vine-like whip covered in thorns. Oh, you can pull it 10 feet closer to you. Yeah.
And there's no save.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And the range is 30 feet, though, so...
You make a melee spell attack, and you do 1d6 piercing damage.
At this level, it would be 2d6. I'll walk you through it if it happens to come up.
Nice.
yeah. There. We need to talk to Martin, and I also want Tin to identify that egg.
Have we
Good idea.
talked or figured out any more about your cousin, nephew's
Nephew.
mafia problem?
I was thinking when we go shopping, we can hit up my old friend, whose name I need to look at right now, Hathard, and see what he knows, because he's when we go shopping. Otherwise, just as long as we don't burn the town down.
Last thing that I'm gonna do before I join the others, I would peruse my book of shadows or whatever, to see if in any of the fancy dancy talk, any of the heroes and angels specifically are actually named, and if they have titles and that sort of thing.
So you're looking for angel hierarchy. Yeah, you already kind of researched something for today, so I'm going to say that you'll have to come back another day.
Will do.
Okay. So at this point, I'm going to say it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys have been researching for several hours.
Oh, we should go shopping first on the way back
Okay.
before the shops
You-
close.
Do you know of a shop, or do we just have to wander around?
We can go to Krantz Imports.
Krantz Imports. All right.
It should be around here, right?
Yeah, you're able to find it without too much trouble. And you see a familiar, if a bit more run down than you remember, sort of shop. and inside is a husband and wife couple, both kind of in their late 50s, a bit sort of olive skin with darker hair. And the man looks up and he says, "Pantol. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. I didn't know you were back in Westgate."
I didn't plan on being back here this soon, but I am here, if a bit worse for wear. Ignore the fish skin thing. It's
It's rather off-putting, but I mean, you're still you, right?
as far as I know, yeah.
Oh, good.
How's business been around here?
Oh, well, could be better, but I mean, things are heating up, because, the big Siege Ball tournament is about to happen in a week or two, so that will bring in lots of people from outside.
The what?
The what? Who?
Siege Ball? Oh my goodness, and have you been living under a rock since you left?
Around them, not under them necessarily, but
We've been
Almost
under the
under them.
couple.
Yeah, we actually have been sleeping under a rock for a little bit. If you consider a mountain one.
kind of like before I was with you guys, I was off in the forest for like 2 or 3 years, kind of thing. So
You just lived in the forest?
I was in the Dale land, so it's all foresty up there.
Neat.
Oh, well, anyway. So the Siege Ball, it's the newest sport. It just came out maybe a few years ago, but it really just blew up in Westgate over the past year or so. In fact, we're having one of the regional finals here, as I said, in a week or so, and there's people coming from all over the place.
I want to talk about this more, but I didn't catch your guys' names.
It
It seems you know Pantol.
Pantol, I can't bring up my Google Docs without ruining the overlay. What are the names?
Yevry and Teresa Krant.
Okay.
What was it? Yevry?
Yevry and Teresa.
Forgive me, where are my manners? My name is Yevry, and this is my wife, Teresa. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sorry,
nice to meet you.
what are your names?
I'm
Tim.
Keelan.
I'm Magnum.
All right. Well, any friends of Pantol's or friends of ours? Is there anything we can do for you today?
Do they have stuff stocked here? Or are they more like, is there stuff out and about here? Are we seeing items around?
Here's
Yeah,
some-
what do they sell here?
Yeah.
Mostly, sort of, produce slash, think, sort of almost like a small town shop. That kind of
General
has-
store.
General store, only a much smaller scale.
Okay.
Okay.
Sort of your common everyday goods.
I think Magnum wants to buy a book. Just a blank book.
Oh. Let's see here. Is there any particular color or style or anything of that nature?
Nope, just something I could write in.
Right. That will be, I want to say 25 gold off the top of my head. Books are expensive.
Don't forget you gotta buy ink and like a
And
quill.
ink and paper
Yeah.
things.
Just write it in your own blood. It's
Yep,
easier.
25 gold.
We've got an octopus. We don't need ink.
Okay, I'm gonna.
How is your animal husbandry?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the. I'm gonna. Can I take the gold out of the bag of holding? Because I only got like 20 gold on me.
Check out the party funds.
You can even buy
Yeah. How much do you need?
Well, how much is a quill and ink? Because I'll need that too.
Let's see. Ink is going to be another 10 gold, and quill I'll throw in for free with those two purchases.
Okay, so 35 gold.
a book's expensive. Holy crap!
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
gonna
hard.
have-
It's hard to be
yeah.
learned in these times.
That's like
Are
a
you
poor
marking-
person's lifetime wages.
Are you marking it off, Keelan?
Yeah, I'll mark it off. I just gotta do
Okay.
some math.
I didn't want to mark it off if you.
83 minus 35.
Oh, while we're here, Ashford would like to buy a new rope because I lost mine in a.
Oh,
Sorry,
certainly.
Captain.
Would you like hemp, or would you like the lighter variety of silk?
Hemp, you say?
And it's normal.
We should buy extra rope too and just throw it in the bag just in case.
Yeah.
So the hempen
What's-
rope is only 1 gold, but the silken rope, which is significantly lighter, is 10 gold, both for 50 feet.
What's the difference? Is there any difference when I'm using it, like, or is it just fancier rope?
As far as use, no, but as one is twice as heavy as the other and just bulky. So like hempen rope is like kind of the stuff you use on ships to like hold sails, like it's bulky, but silk is almost more like braided, very lightweight, that sort of thing.
I just get 50 foot of hemp rope.
Okay, 1 gold.
And let's chuck in just 2 ropes in the bag.
Sure,
Because-
knock off 2 gold.
Okay.
Wait, 50 foot of gold? Well, how much gold do we have? How big of a rope can we get right now?
We can get a
Also,
rope that'll
what's in
encircle
stock?
Westgate.
We're gonna put him out of business.
Well, about
Yeah.
this siege ball,
Oh,
man,
the
like,
rope.
that sounds something that's fun. I'm a natural athlete. I like to compete. But
This
what siege ball sounds like I get to break something too. So, could you describe it a little?
Well, certainly. So Siege Ball, essentially it is 2 teams, and as you might imagine, there is one large ball, about the size of a person actually, and what the teams do is they use their strength to move the ball, and they're trying to propel it to destroy a tower that the other team has that is standing stationary at the other side of the field. And so the point of the game is to basically direct the ball to destroy the other person's tower. Now you can't actually attack the other people legally, and you can't attack the other person's tower legally, but you know things happen.
Is it against the rules to pick the ball up and just like throw it at the tower?
I mean, if you can certainly try. I've never seen that done before, but
How heavy is the ball?
oh, I'm sure I don't know, but
Like really heavy?
Usually people just push or attack it, and that gives it momentum enough to start rolling.
Cool.
Is this like a anybody can play type of thing, or is this like invitationals where you have to kind of be invited?
At this point, I believe the teams are possibly already selected, but I mean, you could talk to one of the organizers and see if maybe a late cancellation, that sort of thing. You never know.
How many people are on a team?
I'm gonna say 5.
Okay. Good. Well, it just so happens that there's 5 of us.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Like, actually,
strong.
you're not saying that we're gonna go join this, are you?
So
I'm just saying,
strong.
I think me and Magnum can get it done, and you guys can just like chill in a corner and watch or something.
Tin can use his octopus to attack people.
Good teamwork.
It's no
Good team.
contacts, right?
Can
Wait,
I
no
snipe
contact with people.
If I
You
hide
guys
and
just-
snipe people, they won't know.
You can.
We're not gonna
you
kill
can
people
sneak
over
attack
this.
shit
I feel
them.
like it's gonna be hard to hide in a stadium.
What if you like got up on the ball and started running on top of the ball in order to make a move?
That
I could do
I have
that.
seen before, actually. It was actually rather effective until someone threw something at the person, and then they broke their leg.
Oh, well, I'm good at dodging stuff. Also, I can catch arrows.
Good for
Can you?
Yeah, I got magic gloves, man.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yep.
Yeah, where's Hathard nowadays? See, running
Hath-
around.
Hathard's their kid, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. Well, let's see. So, GMs, this is what happens when someone else creates places for you in your world, and you're expected to know them.
I gave you like 3 names in a shop and left everything else to you.
In this city.
This is the only city I've touched.
Mm.
Well, technically. Well, not
Well,
really. Well,
Mm.
By that look, I don't believe you.
Hathard actually got married.
Ooh.
Ooh, who's the lucky lady?
Her name is Sylvia.
Do we know a Sylvia?
Do I know Sylvia from the town?
No.
We knew a Svetia.
Oh, that's right.
She's
Sylvia
a
was
nice
here.
enough girl. They actually moved to a little bit further inland to Priapurl.
Ha! GM's not gonna play your NPCs for you.
I guess we're going to Priapurl net.
Go all the way there. I mean, can we just ask this guy? Like, would he know where the mafia is?
I'm sorry.
He's standing right
We're looking
there.
for the
Astrid.
mafia.
We're looking for the kids who are pretending to be the mafia nowadays. They apparently got something in their head with my nephew, and we need to go talk some sense into them.
I mean, do you have the names of these kids? Who are you talking about?
Jelly.
That one, yeah.
As soon as Keelan says his name, you see his face go rather pale.
Oh shit!
Perfect. 2 birds with 1 stone.
So I take it they're not great.
They're certainly not to be trifled with. You say that your nephew was involved with them or something?
Some of the kids he's friends with ran with them apparently, and it's getting to the point where we just want to make sure that he doesn't make a mistake.
And so what are you planning to do? Are you planning to, talk to the children, or what?
Well, we don't really have a plan at this point. I think
We're
half of
gathering
us are
information
thinking.
on who
Money.
they
No, not
are and what would be a good approach to this.
Well, I suppose if you wanted to check anywhere around the city, if you find any of the urchins, there's a good chance that they're involved with the Puttacelli, or at least know a little more than me, if nothing else. Although I have heard rumor that if I were to think of some place to avoid, the fishery on Dock 3 is not a very nice place to go. He gives a wink.
Man, I wanted to go. Yeah, let's go fishing, guys.
I mean, Magnum, you did say you wanted to go fishing.
I did say I want to go fishing.
Sure.
Actually, while we're here, do you have fishing rods for sale?
Oh, well, yes, I do, actually. How many would you like?
Magnum, are you going to need a rod, or are you just going to use your tail?
I'm gonna use my mage hand.
10 pounds of force. Go for it.
And Tin's going to use his Eldritch Blast.
We're gonna redneck it.
Astrid can now use Thorn Whip. I'm just gonna grab the fish.
Yes.
Yes.
So fishing and tackle costs a gold for everything you need for one person.
Yeah, I'll Magnum get him that stuff, just so he doesn't have to keep
Just
using
get 5 and throw them in the bag in case we want to fish someday.
Okay.
So retire and go fishing.
Yeah.
Yep. Magnum's already got his retirement planned.
Yeah.
Y'all are planning
Next
to
up.
retire?
Fishing minigame.
Yep.
Everyone rolled. Yevri, you guys wouldn't happen to have any incense, would you? There's the library. Maybe you got some magey types. Do you have any incense?
I'm afraid not. There's not a whole lot of call for that for someone who comes to our store, but if you go down the road a bit, there's a sort of a tent. It's bright red. You can't miss it. I'm sure you'll be able to find what you're looking for there.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
So I'm gonna buy those rods and tackles.
Okay. Just mark off however many gold is the ones you take
You said it's 1 for.
per person.
Okay, yeah.
1 gold per person. Yeah.
I'm getting 1 for each of us.
See, is there anything looking around the shop that looks particularly exotic compared to like everything else?
Honestly,
Or is
no.
it literally
It's a very humble, just sort of mom and pop store.
I'm gonna as we're talking, I'm gonna leave 5 gold on the counter and just walk away as we leave. Leave it there.
Okay.
I thought you were just gonna walk out of nowhere.
Thought you were just gonna steal something and leave.
No. I was just gonna buy something stupid but extravagant, but they don't have nothing. So
You could buy a book.
yeah, that's true. Jesus.
Yep.
Books are expensive. Everything is hand sewn every single page into the book.
As
Yeah,
someone
cheap
who
to
has made
paper,
books
you
before,
gotta-
it takes a long time.
It would have been cheaper for Magnum just to chop down a tree and make paper himself.
Cheaper, yes. But this saves you a lot of
Time
work.
consuming.
I'm ready to go if you guys are.
Yeah, we gotta
Same.
do big ticket shopping now.
Oh, yeah.
So you come out, and the sun is starting to set now.
Let's go to the sketchy red tent.
It's a magical tent. It's not-
Yeah, if we go to the tent, might be able to get in, and then afterwards we should go to the docks. I mean, that's when gross
Hold on,
people come out, right?
What's
At
this
night.
tent again?
So you come up to sort of a little alleyway of the main square, and you do see this very bright fuchsia red colored tent. And you see that it is closed, but you're welcome to step in if you like.
Astrid will step in.
I'll step in too.
too.
You guys are immediately just there's a wave of heat and very strong smell that that just comes into your nostrils, and it just smells like herbs and very, very, very strong perfume. You look around and you can see a number of candles as well as what look like oil lamps lit up, and you imagine through this red fabric you'd be able to see some sunlight at maybe afternoon, but now all the light is coming from the light sources around you.
Dude, I
And-
think they got that incense here, buddy.
Yeah, I think they might be giving it away at this point.
Yeah, just do your spell in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted, Tin.
Can I just use the incense in the air already? Just
That
grab.
would not be advisable.
I'm sorry, mysterious voice.
And from the corner, almost camouflaged with the bright red fabric, you see an individual who is just draped in red fabric with gold trim. And it is an interesting looking person. They have no hair, and their nose is almost completely flat. And you see that they have scales crossing their skin, and their eyes are yellow with vertical slits.
So you look like me and Astrid? Or
It's
like
Voldemort.
No,
Does
they
it look more
much
like-
cooler?
Does it look more like Magnum?
No, this is a Yuan Ti.
Would we know that?
Yeah.
Probably some history checks, y'all.
I
checks.
straight up know already that Keelan won't know.
No.
that is
You live in Waterdeep, Keelan. You may have seen one before.
That one.
I was in Waterdeep for like 3 years.
You've
So
seen a
that's
lot of
not.
shit in Waterdeep.
I got a 5 anyway. I need to stop rolling that dice. It's my new one.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Uh-huh.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. So everyone but Pantal, you guys think that maybe this person is also diseased like Astrid and Pantal are. Maybe a different strain, because his is more kind of coppery gold. Pantal, what's giving you away, aside from the scales and the nose in particular, and not having a snout similar to Magnum, is just the slits of the eyes, which is very snake-like. And you've heard tell of snake people. Not much is known about them. You believe that they come from the south, particularly in the jungles. This is the first time that you've seen one. Welcome to my tent, travelers. What may I interest you in?
We're interested in interesting things.
And
Mostly incense right now, but I'm very intrigued by the atmosphere. It's a good marketing technique.
I kind of like elbow Astrid and whisper, "Do you think he got the same thing as you guys?"
Don't be silly, Keelan. He obviously fought like a snake aboleth or something. Different.
That's a good point. Are there different kinds of aboleths?
Forgive my friends, they're insensitive to your condition. Now, as I was saying...
Condition.
Oh my god. We're so rude.
I'm just slowly like stepping to the side away from the group of like.
Now we have...
Put the shovel down.
I can definitely tell that you have lots of rare reagents. I'd be looking to purchase some of that, but also I'm interested in what else you might be offering.
Oh, and we have something to sell too, and I'll take the long sword, the luck blade off my back, and kind of show it to him.
Oh my gosh, I forgot we had that.
Would you be interested in buying that, maybe? I don't really want it.
He approaches cautiously, and you see him wave a hand over the sword, and his eyes actually turn blood red, and he... Do you know what that is?
Yeah, but it doesn't have any wishes, so it's a little less special than I was hoping for.
Also, none of us are really good with great swords.
But the potential
I could.
of it having had a wish
I
and
prefer
the
to have my
historic
shield.
value.
Yeah, it's
And
an amazing
Pretty
item that we found
Awesome
in
sword.
a cavern that had been guarded by an aboleth for who knows how many centuries. But we just don't have any use of it.
He waves a finger, and those of you who turn around see a disembodied hand take out a close sign and just like put it out in front of the entrance.
Alright, it's alright. No one's gonna like take it or anything.
we're
I
clean.
would
We're
love to
clean.
do that.
Why don't all of you have a seat? I believe that this requires a conversation. And he will lead you over to the center of the room, and you see more of the hands actually taking pillows and placing them in a circle around the center of the tent.
Wait, more hands. Are they like Magnum's hands?
Are they like
Not
big
as
hands?
big, but yes.
Okay.
So Astra's gonna like lay down with her head on the pillow and just be like, "How are we supposed to talk like this?"
You see this Yanti person actually very gracefully sit down, cross-legged, and arranging his robes very delicately. Still with very good posture. If you would please have a seat.
I'll try to copy him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Master, Magnum's gonna sit down, but it's probably a little awkward with all the gear he's got.
Yeah, Magnum's like hunched over, like, I'm here.
I'm crisscross applesauce with my staff in my lap.
Booyah.
Yep.
My name is Thalikes.
One more time.
Thalikes.
Yes.
Definitely
Okay.
butchered the spelling of that.
With a K or with a C?
With a K.
How would you
With
do
a
that
K.
with a C? With a C, it'd be like Thalassess.
I've seen it spelled like that, not that particular name, but
How many Thalakesses do you know?
And who might all of you be?
we are the group known as Manus Fatorum.
I'm Magnum.
I'm Keelan.
And
Astrid, the silver tongue.
And Kalschan.
It's a big deal around here.
I have heard of the Kalschan family. Many good things. But I am most interested. You have already said that you have battled and, if not, well, defeated, if not come out completely unscathed from an aboleth. That is no small feat.
Magnum looks at Astrid and Panton and says, "Not completely unscathed."
Yeah,
Turn us into fish. It's not cool, but we'll fix it eventually. It's an inconvenience, but not.
Do you know how to fix it? Can you fix it?
I am afraid my talents do not lie with healing.
Ah.
And where do your talents lie, if I may ask?
In the arcane arts. Specifically with dealing with natural energies and the energies from beyond the natural.
I
So-
don't know what that means, but okay.
So,
I'm lost too.
Yeah.
okay, so Pantel's been talking about like these schools of magic. Is that a school? I don't know anything about magic.
Keelan
Are
never
you
went
a
to
member of
school.
the Ivy Lyceum, and how do they classify your magic?
I am afraid that I am not a member of your Ivory Lyceum. My studies were done further south.
Because out of character, that sounds like he's trying to describe necromancy, but not say necromancy.
I thought demon summoning. But
Magnum's
that's
just
out of
staring.
character. I see. And so besides its obvious intrinsic value, what's the sword to you, if I may ask?
At this point, you see the hand bring over a tray that holds a large basin of what looks like flavored water with chopped fruits in it. And you see him take it and slowly start to pour everyone a glass. From what your large friend Astrid said, it appears that you are aware that the sword was originally crafted to be able to grant wishes. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Although some of you do not believe that it is now worth holding on to, I can think of a number of people who would be very interested in this artifact. If nothing else, for the possibility of it perhaps being able to be recharged one day.
Can that happen?
It could be recharged.
Wouldn't it need the equivalent magic put into it to recharge it? Someone would have to wish on it, essentially.
I am afraid I do not have that kind of knowledge myself. I am only sharing my personal suspicions.
Let's cut to the chase here. What are you willing to pay for this bad boy?
Or trade.
Or trade, yeah.
I'm also not drinking the fruit juice.
No, Astrid.
It's fruit water.
I'm not drinking the
It's
Kool-Aid.
good stuff. Come on.
Yeah, I'll
I'm not
drink
drinking
tins too if he doesn't drink his.
I'm just kind of picking out the fruit.
Yeah, so Astrid, the flavor is almost like peaches and ginger. It's not cold, because everything in here is just very, very warm, but the flavor's good. You think it would be much better cold.
Can I? Hold on.
I'll express
So-
that to him.
So, can I? Would Ray of Frost on it work to cool it down?
That would totally work.
See
Okay,
Magnum do it, and
I'm gonna-
Magnum,
I'm gonna do that
Magnum,
and then
please.
drink it.
Please, Magnum.
Oh yeah, it's super refreshing.
And okay, I'll do that with Astrid's then.
Ah, thank you.
Tin, you're missing out here.
Much better.
In my head, I recognize someone trying to butter the customer up. I've done it before.
Well, I am not trying to hide what I am trying to do. Just
No,
as
I
am
said that
not-
was in my head.
Ah, well.
I said that.
change your
Well,
voice
guess
or
what?
something.
The shopkeeper can read your mind.
Okay then. I'm not much more afraid.
I am afraid that I do not currently have the gold to offer you a fair trade for such an artifact. even as it is not currently endued with its full powers.
And what would you say is a fair offer in gold for something like this?
For something like that, it is probably different depending on where you come from, but I would not be surprised at 100,000 gold as an open offer.
Jesus! So much incense in here.
It's like that TV show where you bring junk in from your attic and they give you these insane prices.
But of
Oh,
course,
man, what's it
that very much relies on finding someone who has that much gold to spend.
You know who might want this?
Lord Zimmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zimmer's really far away, and I want to sell it now.
I mean, we can get
You
there
can just
eventually.
put it in the bag of holding. You can just hang on to it. Or, I mean, it makes you lucky, so you can just carry it.
Yeah, once we get this fixed, we can go back to Baldur's Gate pretty quick. 'cause-
So what town are we gonna buy?
Yeah,
We could build a castle.
can we trade this for some property?
Possibly not directly, but if I may make my own personal offer. As I said, my talents are in the arcane. Now, I can only judge from what I see, but I would guess that you, pointing to Pantal, you, pointing to Tin, you two also share some magical abilities. I am rather gifted with making spell scrolls myself, and I have a vast array of knowledge of spells from wizardry. If you were to allow me to have this item, I would be in your debt to create spell scrolls that you may find useful until that debt is fulfilled. Now, naturally, these things take time, but I am very much... You can be sure that I will fulfill this debt in the course of time.
I was hoping to get like a could you enchant my great axe or something for me? Is that in your wheelhouse here?
I could do that, yes.
They already have enough spells, let's be honest, okay? My axe though is one of a kind.
But you never know when you're gonna want other banshee spells.
What could you is it just like the making it better, the +1 that the guy in Baldur's Gate was offering? Is that what you can do, or can you do something
Bingo.
a little different?
Bingo was his name-o.
I am indeed able to bestow a permanent effect such as that on your axe. However, I may be able to do something a little more interesting, perhaps personal as well, if that is something you are interested in.
Yeah, maybe. What about? I mean, this is a crap ton of money debt. What would you want, Keelan and Magnum?
I mean,
Is there anything you'd want from this dude for selling the blade to him? Because I mean, I don't know how much scrolls cost, but
They get
About
Big
1,000
expensive.
per level.
I don't know anything about magic.
the bingo
Right.
dude said, what was he charging? Like 1,000 for enchanting?
Mm.
Or
It will,
+1.
it will depend on the level of enchantment, but it would take a significant chunk out of the debt. Permanent enchantments are not cheap.
I mean, I wouldn't hate enchanted armor, but
You have an enchanted shield. Everything about you's enchanted, Magnum.
You're a
guys
dragon.
can't-
Yeah, can you enchant his scale?
Every scale gets a +1.
I'm gonna ask the snake if he has any Astrid just takes her shirt off. I'm gonna ask him about the tattoo. Have you ever seen a tattoo like this? You're kind of exotic. I haven't been able to find any information.
He just rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. Let's go, NPCs.
Nope.
He rises gracefully from his cushion, and he gets very close, and you guys can see his tongue come out, almost touching her lower back.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is not arcane magic, but rather divine. I did not perceive that you were a cleric.
I mean, in a way.
And he holds his hand out and says, "May I?"
Do you have like
No worse than yours.
nails?
Yeah,
Other
your
than
skin's
his
already
nails.
all screwed up.
No, I meant like long talons.
They're very well
Snake.
kept, but yes.
How does Astrid's tattoo look in fish form? Like, as
a little wrinkled?
It's just like you're changing the background.
Yeah. Please be careful with your claws there, man.
Of course.
But yes.
And he actually uses the back of one of the nails just to give a few little taps at various areas. And those of you watching can see that he seems to linger on the one spot where there is a bite out of the tree. What is the story behind this?
I mean, we were fighting a shadow thing. It took my soul. We went and beat the crap out of it, got it back, but it's taking a while to like recoup here. We gather kind of that the tree is like a representation of my soul in a way, I suppose, something like that. It seems to grow.
It has been growing, you say?
Yes.
That's
It was a seed. Now it's what you see now.
As this is divine magic, your god, are you in contact with him? Do you have a specific task or anything of that nature?
No, I was just told to kind of go out and see what's up. I did find a shrine to him one time. Like a follower from a long time ago, and I got their memories. It was guarded by like a mini beholder thing. They got eyes shooting laser beams, and it said, I believe it said that there were more of those out in the world somewhere, but I don't know how to find them. So.
Interesting. That may be something that I may be able to help you with. Perhaps if they have a similar energy to this tattoo, I may be able to help you locate these other burial sites. If it is something you are interested in.
Sure, that would be cool. What do the rest of you guys think? Like, this is a lot of money. I don't wanna hog it. I mean,
I think that would be a pretty cool use. Or I think that would be a pretty cool
Yeah.
trade.
Find those sanctuaries of.
It makes
Thank you,
sense. It's your sword will track down cool things for you.
Power sword, but yeah, I mean, y'all. I think the mages still get something out of the deal. Magnum, can you get scrolls? Does scrolls work for you?
I think so.
Do you have to be the casting school for scrolls not to have that weird penalty? Or wizard scroll is going to be like mainly useless to us?
It's gonna be So just speaking from how I run scrolls, you can only use scrolls that you could possibly learn. So there may be a handful that Magnum could do, but it's most going to be Pantal because you're Arcana feat, and there's going to be quite a few for Tin as well.
Well,
Because he is a wizard.
What? What?
Do
Or
you
what?
have any items that you're selling that we could look at as well? Because our friend Keelan and Magnum over here, they kind of aren't getting a ton out of this deal. Nothing from you. You've offered a ton, but we would just like to look and see what all our options are.
Tin, why are we getting left out?
I might be able to do.
I don't have
I said
anything.
Keelan and Magnum are getting
Yeah.
left out.
I mean, I still might be able
Yeah.
to use the scrolls because, I am a
Oh,
sorcerer.
you're a sorcerer too.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, well, then just Keelan. Our
I got lots of magic stuff
I mean, I'd
already.
probably be more interested in a magical item than a scroll, to be honest.
what kind of items do you have to offer, my man?
I am afraid that I do not can hold very many magical items in stock. In this particular city, they do not go unnoticed for very long, particularly if you publicize them.
Are they illegal?
Illegal, no, but
This about the Pudicellis.
them as
Insight
well.
check.
Yeah, give me an insight check, Keelan.
I always forget to do
Are we fighting the magic mafia in a Lyceum town?
22.
Okay. I mean, I gave a nod, so
I
much-
know.
you do get the feeling that he does recognize the name, and that nod was definitely a yes to these people. This family will possibly step into your business if you have something that they want, and if you don't sell it to them, they possibly will go about other means of getting what they want.
Okay.
So, you don't have anything left? You don't have anything stashed away, my man?
Anything prepared? Let's see.
Look, you don't have to worry about those mafia dudes. We're about to go smash them after this, okay? It's fine, man.
Are you?
Yeah, probably. Like, they want to talk about it, but I just want to smash them. So,
I have
We'll
a
figure
feeling
it out
we're going
when
to
we
go
get
to
there.
talk about it, and then they're just going to get all up in our face, and
Yeah.
intimidate us and
we're
just
gonna-
kind of-
Try to talk about it.
we'll try, and then, yeah, but I don't
We're
I
not
don't
very
let people
good
get
at
in my
talking.
face. Nah.
Thalicus, getting back to the task at hand, you said that you were adept at manipulating energies both from this plane and not. Do you have anything that could, I don't know, strengthen a bond with another plane, with other planar energy?
What are you trying to do, Tin? That you just researched the exact opposite.
10 made the shadow crossings.
Ah!
What
keeping-
effect are you hoping to have on yourself, or perhaps your enemy?
If a spell was cast, I want to make it harder to resist. I want to make it so that I can be more efficient with mine.
So.
I'm asking about Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Oh, okay.
I can't just say I want a +1 to my DC. That doesn't exist in this
Well,
world.
that's what I was
I-
thinking. I'm like, okay, so.
I want +1 in my DC more because mine is lower.
Yeah.
But you
That'd
can-
be like
It's
a
pretty
one
low as
which
well.
I think is the last doesn't affect your DC. That's just the attack modifier. Anywho,
You proved in the battle royale that you don't need a high DC to win.
I just need low rolls from you.
Yeah.
I am afraid I am not entirely sure what the source of your power is, but I am able to tell it is not like mine. I am not entirely certain I could create an item that would give you such a benefit. But what I can offer you right now, I believe one of you mentioned incense. That is simple enough. I also have, and here he will bring out a chest, and he will open it. Inside you will find a number of healing potions that I believe people of your proclivity are often using.
I know how to make those. I just haven't had any time to make them.
I can heal people.
I was thinking, instead of selling this right now, we can use this as bait for the Pudicellis.
Magnum's a walking freaking enchantment. We have the bait, okay? I like this guy.
A sword is a lot easier to buy off
Guys,
someone than a
He's
dragon.
got one. He's got one.
Guys, a really good way to get the Pudicelli's attention is the tournament. We go to the tournament, flaunt all our magic shit, then they come find us, and then we beat them up.
You know how to get their attention really easily? Get a
Huh.
torch, go to their house, burn it to the ground if they won't come out. All right?
Oh, man.
Does
we can
Thalicus
get their
look like he's
attention.
gonna go tell the Pudicellis that
I don't condone arson.
Why don't you roll me an insight check there, Tim?
That got really dark.
I'm gonna do that.
That's a bit much.
That's a 1.
I'm
That's
just,
the one.
they're the mafia. These aren't nice people. I don't have
Well,
to deal with
Yeah,
It
but
went
we don't
from-
gotta burn
I
it
said we
down.
don't burn down my town.
It went
Not
from
at
let's get their
first.
attention to let's burn down their house.
that.
Because,
would get
I
them to
mean,
do what
like,
not.
not everybody in the house is in the mafia. There's probably servants, family, children.
I
wanna
have
burn
a feeling if we talk to
I've
my
burned too many children already.
parents or something, there'll be some thing going on here, family rivalry, control lies.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of do like a group huddle at this point and be like, I don't want him to know how much, but like the fact that he might be able to find the Bragi locations is like worth a whole lot more to me than this sword. And the
Yeah.
other stuff is just
I agree.
bonus. So
I'd definitely be cool with finding those locations.
if we do it like after the Pudicellis, there's like a chance that like some little like thief like manages to run off with it and just doesn't come back. Like, I don't know. I don't want that to happen. I think we have
Yeah,
enough
you-
magical crap
you do
to
you.
like lure them if we need to.
Actually, do we have any? Oh no, we don't.
How
Never
do we
mind.
know that this person won't skip town? I mean, he's kind of set up in a tent. They're meant to.
I have a feeling it's a multi-locational tent too. 'Cause he implied he's been elsewhere.
This tent can be other places at the same time.
I don't think it.
We don't even.
That wasn't the way I was going
That's
with
just-
it.
Oh.
That's just a. Anyway, we can't just say things and then like assume that they're real. That was really weird. Like,
Well,
wait,
I
this-
don't know
this
anything about
is-
magic. You could do that.
I mean, maybe, but
That's how magic works. You just say things and then they're real.
I just really like Hal's Moving Castle.
Yes.
I'm gonna unhuddle and tell the dude like, I think we can make a deal, man. But like, something my party member kind of said was like, we're not like, how do we know you don't just skip town? Is there like a way to have like a binding contract magically? Like, I know there is. We've had
No.
one before.
We're not doing that.
Yeah,
We're
Again,
not doing any
Not-
binding
Not
contract.
to you. Not
A
to you.
non-lethal one, maybe.
well, not
or-
lethal to us.
And
We're
to
not.
him.
We're not.
Nobody's
people on
dying
the
over
contract.
this.
Wait, no, we've met him. Pantal, you can just give us sending.
Yeah,
say,
but he
"Hey,
doesn't
we're
have to answer or care. Or
What we're
return a call.
asking is, how do we know that once we give you this, you don't just skip town with your 100k gold item and we never see you again?
It is true that you have just met me, not even an hour ago, and we are talking about a very valuable artifact. Wizard spells. What can he do? Because he does want this.
I mean, wait, could can't somebody in our party cast a truth spell and just
Yes.
make them tell us?
Back
Make them
again.
tell us that we are that like what his true intentions are, and then if they're good, we don't have to
Good
worry
if he
about it.
doesn't resist it.
Yeah, just make sure he doesn't. I mean, if he's truthful, can you tell if he resists it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll know. So we'll be able to tell if he's genuine or not.
That means we also have to make the save
Okay.
too. But okay,
Just ask him the question real quick, and then we'll
Okay.
cast the spell.
I'll cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, with absolutely no warning, you do.
Well, I'll tell the guy like, look, I think we have a way maybe to like, help everybody trust each other. My friend just cast a Zone of Truth spell, so we have to tell the truth now, essentially.
I mean, you might have to.
So
So you guys have to beat a 14.
We're gonna say that you say this before Magnum casts the spell.
yeah,
And so he
okay.
is forewarned, and he does not resist Magnum.
Is this a charisma save?
Yeah, Charisma.
6.
Asher doesn't resist.
18.
Natural 20.
I rolled a fucking nat 1 on my own spell.
Nice. You and me are telling the truth. Oh, you mean Astrid. Does he resist?
He does not.
So, are you planning to skip town with this, and are your everything you've said this far true?
I am not planning to leave without fulfilling my debt, and everything I have told you, to the best of my knowledge, is true.
I like this
And
guy.
second, do you have any connections with the Pudicellis?
I do not.
All right, I'm happy. You can drop the spell.
Alright, I drop it.
Like it's hot.
Okay. Oh, it is hot.
I mean, it is hot in here.
yeah.
It actually is. You guys are sweating.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm me and Ashford are cooking.
I'm
Yeah.
resistant to fire.
Spritz, 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 spritz.
I'm gonna get up and give the dude like a big hug and just be like, I think we've got a deal. I'm so glad you're truthful and not a scumbag.
You see him trying to get the wrinkles out of his robes.
Get the fish slime off.
Yeah, you see him wave his hand and the things disappear as he just... Well... So, I believe we have an accord. Now, for your axe, however, I'm afraid that it will take some... Well... Depending on how in-depth the enchantment, it may take a few weeks to complete.
That's okay. However long is fine. It's not necessarily a big deal. I just remember that whole thing about telling you about smashing the Pudicellis later. I will need an axe for that. So, I guess I have my battle axe. It's no big deal.
Very well.
So, I'll hand over and I kind of linger on giving it to him just a bit. I'm like, this axe is very, very, very special to me. Please be very careful with it. I've literally threatened the most powerful man I have ever seen on because of a promise made on this axe.
You never threatened me, Ashford.
Oh.
And I shall take very good care of it. Astrid.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm out of game. I'm surprised Pantal won because clerics aren't normally very good in PvP settings.
It's because we sucked.
Clerics
It's
win a lot,
because-
actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The sustain
If
is
you
really
know
good.
how to
have
use them.
such a deep bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho. Now, for your enchantments, my knowledge allows me to speak out of game a +2 enchantment, so it's +2 to damage and +2 to attack. And if you are interested, what is the nature of your relationship with this weapon?
So I've killed a lot of people with it. It was my mother's axe. She was a great warrior in our village, one of the best. Very renowned shield maiden from where I come from. A much more fierce warrior than I. She was struck down in a major battle. We had another village attacked us, and while we were able to stave them off, both my parents died in the battle. So while my father was not really a warrior, he didn't particularly fight all that much. I like to carry this axe around to remind me of my mother, and I hope to be as great of a warrior one day as she was.
So it is a family heirloom. Was your mother the first to wield it, or did it go back further generations?
I don't actually know that. She never really mentioned it. It's had its own place though on the above the door. It wasn't something she used like every day. It was just almost ornamental. I never really got to see her use this. This was from her prime, right? When she battled a lot. Once I kind of got old enough to understand what was going on, she didn't battle as much as take care of me. She kind of put that to the side. So I have no clue if it was her mother's or if it was just something she had during her heyday, but it's very important.
Considering the connection between you and your mother that is shared by this weapon, I believe there is another enchantment that I would be able to place on it. What the results are, I cannot say until it is placed, but it would make it either have a protective or more offensive ability. But in order to do this, I would need to tap into the memory, possibly the spirit of your mother. I do not know what your beliefs are in the afterlife, so I do not know if that is something you would wish me to pursue or not.
If she would allow it, that would be fine. Our culture, we're very much alive in the next life. So for you to do something like that, I think it might work. I've been there once, kind of close anyway, but I don't think that you could rip a soul or demand anything from any spirit there. The Odin would not be pleased with that. So I think a request could be made. Whether she answers it would be her own will.
That is interesting. If you were to come back tonight, would you be willing to help me and make the request of your mother yourself?
Would I have to talk to her, or how does it work?
I am afraid it is very difficult to predict how these things will work, but I am confident enough in my own abilities to be able to make contact, if nothing else.
Oh God. Yeah. I would like to talk to her again. Yeah, this is not gonna be good though. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Very well then. Come back to this location a few minutes before midnight.
We're really gonna have to take this Pudicelli thing and like fast track it. Like,
I think we might want to hold off on that.
I may as well
would
just do it tomorrow.
second that opinion.
Well-
Yeah, let's just go fishing.
Well, no, I was thinking we should go to dinner after this so my mom doesn't get pissed. And
that's
then
true.
we can ask them about what the relationship is with Pudicelli, because if it's a wider ranging issue, they might
We
know
could-
more.
maybe get some information off of Urchin before we leave. And then
I'm good at talking to urchins.
Keelan's good at that.
Yes, you are.
Same.
Yeah.
In that
Urchins.
case, you might want to hurry. The sun has already set.
Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
like-
it's so hard to see in here.
That sounded a little threatening. Like, out of character.
Of course it's threatening, it's in 1T! I'm so scared.
Do you guys want to do that? We don't have to. We can just go to dinner. It's no big deal to me.
That'd probably be the better plan. But I was gonna offer to person's whose name I just wrote down but can't find.
Thalicus?
Alicus?
Yeah, Thalicus. Because I know having this on you with what apparently is going on around here is a liability. I can put a spell to mask the aura for 24 hours if you want to move it safely in that time or something.
I have heard of that spell, but I have never thought it useful enough to actually learn. But it would be very useful in this situation, and I would appreciate it.
Alright, just give me a minute and I will do and cast Mistel's magical aura and mask the thing so it appears non-magical.
Okay. And with that, Thalicus will stand up, and again he will offer you what you guys will see are 4 greater healing potions.
How much are they?
No,
Graders.
these
The medium?
are included in the trade.
Yeah, we haven't exactly nailed down all the details, but I figure we will work that out over time as stuff emerges. Exactly.
I imagine that even if I were to put all of my efforts into the weapon, and with these potions, and with the incense, there will still be a sizable debt for all of you in my place.
You can help find the
Yeah, that's
Froggy shrines.
that's most important.
But you can talk to him more about that tonight when you come back too.
Yeah, it's not a pressing matter though. So
Mm.
Alright, and so you guys now have 4 greater healing potions. I will say he gives you 40 gold worth of incense.
Alright.
Okay. How much of it is going in the bag? Do we want to hand out the healing potions?
nobody wants any. Astrid will take some because I get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
I won't take any because either I'm conscious and can heal myself or I'm unconscious and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't take any either.
Accurate statement right there, Panshaw.
So Asher will take one, I'll take one.
I guess
I
so.
will.
Unless anybody else wants one.
Nah. You
How
can,
many were there actually?
4.
Or
Oh, 4.
so we should head home. I need to call a seam just to check in there because I don't.
I've also got a message if you can send it to Hassan.
I got one message left.
yeah, let's not be late to dinner because I don't want to fight another magic golem thing.
Oh,
I mean,
the
we're
sun
probably
is set,
already
guys.
late to dinner. We're gonna get home. My parents are already gonna be asleep. I think.
Just to double check, we've got. So I'm taking one. Astrid's taking one. And where are the other ones going?
Bag of holding.
Put them in the bag
Okay.
for now.
I'll take 20 golds worth of the incense so I can change Horizon once and then have
All right.
freedom to change them again.
You want the other 20 in the bag?
Yep.
Did I spell? I spelled that right. Okay.
And with that, Thalicus will rise and bow you out of the tent. And you guys see that you guys are back on the street. Sun has indeed set, and there are numerous torches throughout the street, keeping it relatively well lit. And there's a good flow of people even now on the street.
Astrid feels really light without 2 giant weapons on her back.
You don't have, yeah, you still.
What do I do with my hands?
We'll say you still have the great axe for now. But yeah, he has the sword.
All right, I
Better.
guess. Yeah, let's go back.
Keep going. Don't
Were we
wanna
going to
make-
talk to an urchin?
Yeah, we can do
Wait,
that
wait.
on the walk back if you want.
Sure, we can find one. Give him like a gold or something.
It's going to take more than the gold for him to spill about the Puccicellis.
It's an urchin.
How about y'all give me
Yeah, I think
Gold's like a lot of
so.
money.
An urchin who knows more than we do about just how many tongues the Puccicellis have probably cut out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Alright,
we're about to deal with it.
so you guys going for an urchin?
Yeah, I guess.
We're
Okay,
fishing
so-
for an urchin.
Skill
Fishing?
challenge.
Fishing?
I will specifically look to make sure that we're not getting like ganged up on or ambushed, or we're not. As we ask questions, we don't draw too much attention.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have you all do is I'm each gonna have you use one skill, and you need to make 3 successes, 3 out of 5. You keep it nice and simple. Everyone does one.
To
And so
find the
you-
urchin or to get information?
We're gonna say we'll start with finding them, and so if you want to try and do your interrogation, just wait till later.
I will use the goggles of night vision and look for them with perception because that's all I'm going to be good at.
Isn't it well lit?
Ish.
That's why I have the goggles of night vision to see into the shadows. Yay, that is a 22.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Pantal, you look around and you actually see off down one of the alleys what looks like a pair of young kids, maybe 10 or 11 or so. It looks like 2 boys. Both of them are quite thin and have just a mop of dark curly hair and are rather filthy.
Who wants to
Alright,
approach
question
them?
them. All right. I will go forward then. I'll ignore what I just said that I was doing. And I'd like to try to use my my magical abilities to intimidate them into telling us about where the Puccicellis might be.
So you're
No.
going up to 2
You're
10-year-olds.
intimidating kids and be like, "Bleh."
I'm going to follow close
I can't
behind
go
them.
that.
You said they're thin, right?
Yes.
I want to give one of them each, I think, a rations.
Okay, so we're gonna start with 10. So how are you intimidating them? What magic are you causing to happen?
Shoot Eldritch Blast.
You're just gonna shoot them in the guts. No, I'm going to.
Just kill one of them and leave the other one for questioning.
Oh man.
No, I will. I guess before I go in there, I will use disguise self to look as unnaturally intimidating as I can. Like strange swirls on my face, like a constellation taking up half of my face. I will use light on like one eye. I know I'm going to blind myself, but I'm going to use light on one eye to sort of just look like I've got a star in my eye.
Alright.
Are you
That's enough
describing
to
Zerg?
give me an
from Destiny?
intimidation check with advantage.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's see.
advantage.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Pantol?
I was out of character saying, are you trying to be Zer from Destiny?
I don't know what that is, so I guess not. Well, that's going to be a 20 total.
A 20. So yeah, these 2 kids just both have their jaws dropped to the floor and are just like wide-eyed looking at you all.
Hello, children. We're looking for the Panticellis. Would you know where they are?
And they,
Take your time now. We're in no rush.
one of them, points over towards the docks, actually.
Oh, Jesus.
That is very wise, children. Thank you. My associate has food.
So I'll hand each of them a thing of rations.
And at this point, they're all just like looking up at the giant dragonborn.
Do they look at all hurt, like or injured or scraped up or anything?
No more than just bangs and scrapes.
I'll use 2 dice of healing to heal them each.
Okay.
1d6. 1 point for one of them.
Hey.
1 point for the other.
No, they have maybe 2 hit points, so it counts.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see some of the bruises instantly start to just resolve themselves, and they're kind of like holding this food in their hand, just going.
They thought they were about to die, and
It
then
was
they're
very spooky.
fed, healed.
At this point, I'm going to walk up between the really large dragonborn and the strangely glowing half-elf and just kind of like kneel down a bit and be like, look, we just need some info. We're trying to sort out some of this business with the Butticellis, and we need information. We promise you won't be implicated in any way.
Is he gonna eat us?
No.
Is
He
gonna
might,
eat
but
us?
no.
I might.
He
But I
might.
won't.
I don't want that to happen though, so just talk.
About what?
What can we
We are-
expect when we go to see our friends, the Butticellis?
Well, if you go to the docks, you're probably gonna meet Maria.
Maria.
Who
Is
is
she
Maria?
She's the one who runs the fish counter and tells us where to go, where to beg.
Recognize her.
She controls the urchin population in the city?
I mean, some of us. She gives us some food.
I see. Is there anything else that, if we were to come back and find you, we would have wanted to know now instead of later?
I need another skill check from someone. Matt's already gone.
Yep.
Keelan, why don't you give me a persuasion check? Because you were trying to do that sort of thing.
Keelan?
You said Keelan. I thought you said 10. Okay.
No, I already went.
Dang it. I'm really bad at these.
With my glowy eye.
Oh, natural 18, so 17.
I mean, they tell us not to go into, the back room and stay away from underneath the dock. We used to like to swim there, but they told us it's not safe down there.
Did they tell you why?
Nuh-uh.
And are there any other places we can find the Butticellis other than the docks? A storefront, a house?
Can I go fishing on those docks?
I mean, yeah, you can fish. It's actually a fishery. Is where that's the place.
Focus.
To be fair, we did just ask the question that they're answering.
True.
Are you snapping at me or the kids?
Both of you.
I
Focus.
want to kind of tap Panta on the shoulder and say, can you keep an eye out for other urchins or like people like the kids might be in danger if they get seen talking to somebody?
Sure.
Go ahead and give me another perception check there, Pantal. And we're at a skill challenge. You found him in the first try.
Actually,
Natural 20.
binoculars.
Okay, natural 20.
Please.
Let's see.
I should need someone to chase.
Yeah, point me at them.
You don't see anyone observing you. It is rather. It's like past 8 o'clock at night, and although there's a few stragglers of like stores and stuff, the streets are definitely starting to quiet down. And these two were already pretty tucked away in an alley, trying to just stay out of the way.
I'm gonna go up to the other three. I'm assuming me and Pantal were kind of hanging back a bit, and say, All right, guys. I think that's enough. We need to get out of here before somebody sees us with them. And I'm gonna tell the kids, like, don't tell anybody you met us for your sake. And that's not from us. That's
from us.
The Pudicellis might harm you if they know that you talked to somebody. So keep your mouth shut.
And there might be a storm coming, figuratively, with the Pudicellis. So
just keep your mouth shut. And I'll walk away.
I'll drop my like all my stuff and say, okay, you guys did good. A couple tips on how to make sure this doesn't happen. Don't tuck yourself away too much that it looks like you're tucking yourself away. Just be casual about it, right? Also, always keep one person on lookout, even if you're resting. Tips for the street. All right, see ya. I'm gonna get going.
Astrid, did you ever put your shirt back on?
I've got a hold of it. It's probably still off though.
She just kind of tucks it in her waistband.
Yeah, it's tucked in the waistband, kind of just flaunting it, feeling the
And
night
with
air.
that, we're taking our break. All right. Thanks for joining us so far, guys, and we will put up part 2 in just a bit.